prices at the saloon. Didn't bother to scrub the blood out of the floorboards, though. I've heard. How are things?
Hello!
Same old shit, different day. Well,
Hello there.
a lot of horses been coming up missing lately.
This town sure is changing.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Did I catch you on another break?
Hello, miss.
¿Qué será, será?
Time flies.
Hello, darling.
Levi's crop short again. Wonder where they'll say this time.
I beat you back.
Howdy. Just ignore my last telegram then. I was saying that I could meet you somewhere if you didn't feel like going all the way over, but
And I beat you back to the hotel. Funny how that works. Alright, time to be you for a little bit.
I want the best room that you have.
Afraid we're all out. Realize I can't smoke behind here because it's fucking poster. I don't like smoking
guess I
next to
can-
posters. Don't get. Alright, okay.
mean, I can easily put it back. I just have it in my hand right now.
Well, you can put it back up. Or just smoke over here.
Still debating if I want to be around here today or not anyway, because front desk is, quite frankly, getting me a bit stir crazy lately.
Oh, yeah. I had enough of standing here watching that clock barely move and that door not open with anyone.
Yeah, trying to look busy in my notebook.
What do you actually write in there?
I mean, a lot of times I just kind of write about, like, interesting happenings and, like, interesting information that we learned. But, other times I'm just doodling in it, to be honest.
What kind of interesting happened? Like, what kind of things do you hear?
Well, I mean, I guess we can go back to our smoking spot and I can give you a few details.
Sure.
We were not standing right in the lobby.
Yeah, probably not the best place to discuss very sensitive subjects. Who would do that?
Yeah, I wonder.
I can't prove it, but the bank's stealing my money. I swear, every time I walk out of there, my ledger's lower and lower.
What do you think of the new fit, by the way?
It looks nice. I like the. Is that brown?
Mm-hmm. Went with these like really baggy trousers. I don't even know what fabric they're made out of. But they're comfy as fuck.
Some people say that brown is a mistake, but I actually like brown.
It's different when it's leather. Oh yeah, I forgot, it's fucking weird to stand there and smoke.
Let's see if I can actually get my cigarettes out of my pocket. Oh, there we go.
Accidentally kicked a bottle.
Well, I mean, we've had people, like, actual guests, like, come in and openly admit that they rob people, for one. So that's probably one of the main things we note down, just so we don't ourselves get robbed by those people.
Right. Why would they just openly admit that?
I mean, I had a gentleman, and he's actually a guest here right now, who came up to me behind me up in the bank. I pretty much thought that he was probably going to rob me or something. And he basically invited me to ride off into the sunset and rob with him, like, go on adventures.
Right. Has he spoken with you before?
No,
Or is
and
this-
he claimed that this was, he claimed back then that it was like the fourth day in the States for him.
Fourth day he's been around in the 5 states.
Yeah.
Well, seems just about anyone comes here these days.
And we also had one of the mayor candidates of the next run basically openly admit that he murdered people. So that's another thing. And he's also a guest here as well, and friends with the gun store owner.
Did you say gun store owner?
Yeah.
What is it with gun store owners and trying to run for mayor?
He's not the owner of the gun store. He's just a friend of. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
But he also wanted to set up like a business deal with us, I suppose, and do a 50-50 cut for the general store between us and him, and I was like, alright. So that's a whole thing that we're kind of dealing with it.
He wanted a 50-50 for exactly what? Like,
He wanted us to put 50, like a 50 cut, and him put a 50 cut into buying the general store, since I guess it's been a while since the previous owners have been around.
so he approached you guys who have expressed no want for the general store, wanted you to pay for at least half of it,
Mhm.
and essentially he would run it and give you half of his profits, essentially.
Either that, or he maybe expected us to actually do the work and he profits. I don't know. He never really explained.
Alright, well that man clearly doesn't know how to run a business.
It's just funny to us, because I mean, we're like, while the Toscanos are kind of away at the moment, we're practically running both businesses right here, the hotel and the restaurant. So we honestly don't really have any interest in putting another thing on our plate.
Honestly, I don't get some people. Like, it baffles my brain. You know, there's a saying that I learned recently, that bullshit baffles brains, and honestly, after hearing that, I kind of realize how true it is.
I mean,
Obviously, I learned it in a different context.
in all fairness, he and his friends haven't like wronged us in any way. So I mean, we tolerate them at this point, but it's just the whole situation's funny to me.
Him and his friends, is he like, well, they're like a little like friendship group or something? They want like you invite into their little
Yeah.
circle.
We collectively call them the Grey Vests, because at some point they all had this like little uniform going on with all of them wearing gray vests. It's
Aw,
very original.
Isn't that cute?
Mhm.
They're all playing dress up.
I'm sure that they have a different name that they call themselves, but that name's kind of stuck with us now.
Grey vests.
I think it's probably safe to say that there's some sort of gang, to be honest, but it's just speculation. You gonna start a brown vest gang?
Oh yeah. Because that really rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Browns versus Greys. To be fair, after hearing what they're like, I reckon I could take a lot of them. We got a new Lancaster today. That was pretty nice. I got attacked by literally every single bit of wildlife.
On your way over here?
2 cougar attacks, 2 wolf attacks, and a bear attack after I did a bounty. go down
Wildlife
one
wanted
side.
to make you test that Lancaster too.
What was that, sorry?
Oh, I said that the wildlife must have wanted you to test out that gun too on them.
Well, I was on my way for a bounty, because I just done a bounty with Bunny and Neris and Casey. And then they were like, hey, we just done this bounty up in Mount Hagen, and then we're on our way back, and then all of them were like, yeah, I'm real tired. I want to go to bed now. Sorry for inviting you out, and then we're all going to bed straight after. I was like, yeah, it's fine, no worries. But I did the bounty with my Carcano, but they just kept getting real close, and it was so annoying to have to keep like running back and readjusting. So I just thought, okay, well, the next bounty we do, I want to get a Lancaster. But then they all went to bed, so I had to go do it by myself. It's pretty good, to be honest. Don't tell Liz I went on a bounty by myself. Although, to be fair,
I'm
she's
pretty sure
hardly got a leg to
she's-
stand on.
You know, she's done bounties herself, so.
Yeah, I'll have to have a word with her about that. After the fucking ball ache she gave me.
And to be honest, the whole other smaller bounties, I don't believe a word of it, to be honest.
Yeah, she's probably not doing the small ones.
I did, buy a new gun myself. I'm gonna be trying out the Carcana.
But yeah, I like the Carcano. It's nice.
It's gonna be interesting considering I've got all my practice in with a rifle that doesn't have a scope, but I'm sure I'll adjust.
Yeah, it's weird at first. You know, like when you look down at what do you normally do? Lancaster or the bolt action?
I have the Springfield.
So the Springfield. Well, when you're looking down the iron sights, you know, you're not really sure. Like, there's a general area you're gonna hit, and you gotta try and adjust for that little area.
Yeah, sometimes I even have to bring my binoculars out anyway, so.
Yeah. Well, with the scoped ones, yeah, the scope's been zeroed in to the exact point where it hits. So it's not like you gotta aim at, you know, their chest. You can, if you wanted to, you could pick a spot on, like, you wanna shoot the top of the wrist? Shoot the top of the wrist if you aim there. Whereas with like a repeater or like something like that, you know, if you aim for the wrist, you might hit somewhere on their arm. Just, it's when you get used to it, like looking down the sight, like if you're going in and out of the scope, it's very difficult to like keep your balance because it's nauseating. But apart from that, it's I'd recommend using scoped rifles.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably good just to get used to all guns in general, just in case in the future you're kind of forced to use one.
Yeah, even if you don't like it, I'd at least recommend having one. So if you do need one, you know, you don't have to worry about having to go get one.
Also, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if that's a compass or something hanging off your belt, but I thought it was a badge at first.
No. Just like a little stopwatch type thing. At least that's what... Yeah. Is it a compass? I can't remember.
It's one of the two.
Either like a little pocket watch or it's a compass, one of the two. Either way, it'll be useful. I just thought it looked nice.
Adds a little bit of style, yeah.
But yeah, if there's one thing you can count on with me, it's style.
Going back to our previous conversation about getting robbed, I almost got robbed yesterday.
Really.
Right here in town, over by that alleyway, behind the sheriff's office.
Oh wow, what a place to do it.
I even told the three gentlemen that so kindly brought me back there that, do you really want to rob me behind the sheriff's office? And lo and behold, 5 seconds later, law came in.
Do you know who it was that tried to rob you?
sure. I mean, they were all wearing masks and had dark clothing, so kind of the whole typical thing.
Any other describing factors? Like their voice
Yeah.
or...
We might have a suspicion that it could have been the gentleman and his friends, the one that actually came up behind me in the bank that one day. Because Marty recognized him with two other people before, so. But that's just the assumption.
So you don't really know then?
No, I mean, they had the one who was speaking had an accent of some sort, but I wasn't really sure what to place it as. Irish, Scottish, I'm not really sure.
Don't let any Irish or Scottish people hear you say that. Do you want to know what the worst thing you can say to someone who's Irish or Scottish?
Yeah, I would probably say that. Or at least,
I say, do you want to know what the worst thing to say to one is? Ask them if they're English. They fucking hate us. Good reasons, to be fair. But you really want to just go, oh, are you English? And I'd go, the fuck did you just say?
if the next time I try to get robbed from them, I'll be like, is that an English accent? And see what they say.
Like, you'll get shot instead of robbed. I wouldn't recommend.
That's probably not a good idea. I was probably pushing my luck a little bit, trying to be a little bit mouthy about robbing me behind the sheriff's office.
Yeah, that was I mean, whilst it's a fair statement, probably wasn't your best move if they had guns on you. Even if they were just being, like, threatening behind there, it's a little different.
Yeah.
If I was ever holding someone up and they were starting getting mouthy, I'd just fucking hit them.
Yeah, I was probably pretty lucky that Law decided to actually be observant for that day.
Well, I'm glad you didn't get robbed, and that you're okay.
But that is the first time that I was that close to getting robbed since I've been in the States, so at least I have a good track record.
Yeah, well, it seems like both of our track records for stuff are getting dented. I haven't been attacked by wildlife since both me and Liz were attacked just outside of Blackwater by a cougar.
Yeah, I
And
think,
that was a week into meeting her, so like 3 months ago.
yeah, I think the last time I was attacked by wildlife that I had to get stitches from was probably a cougar, so and that was in February.
It's been a while then.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
you
can.
didn't get robbed, and I didn't get downed by any wild animals.
I guess I can kind of see why Liz wants me to knock on wood each time I say that I haven't gotten robbed yet.
A good thing you're leaning against some. Easy to knock.
Yeah, I mean, I'm touching wood right now. I'm pretty sure that counts.
Yeah, basically. So I got a telegram, but I don't know who the fuck it's from, because the only person I telegrammed was Liz and you, and I'm pretty sure Liz isn't awake.
I mean, we can
She might be.
take a stroll and check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna send my cigarette out though. Alright.
I wonder if
You
this
had flowers in your hair?
when I have my hair down. No, I don't.
I don't think I see you often with your head up.
I can't prove it, but the bank's
Ready
stealing
for
my
this?
money. I swear. Every time I walk out of there, my ledger's lower and lower. Well,
Not your day, huh?
Yeah. They'll go and do a backflip. Oh.
Good way to break your arm.
Oh, luckily I didn't land on it. And on my fat ass.
I like wearing flowers in my hair because as soon as I put a hat on, no one can recognize me.
To be fair, when I first met you and Liz, I did think you two were related somehow because you looked and dressed very similar.
You know, we did get asked if we were sisters yesterday, so we're pretty used to it.
Hello.
I really should have taken some water with that. Oh,
No, she's right here.
Right here.
don't respond to me.